The Buffaloes enter the final month of the regular season looking to secure a berth among the top seeds for the LSC postseason tournament. Currently standing second overall, they would be seeded third in the postseason tournament, with the winners of each division receiving the number 1 and 2 seeds. The remaining 6 berths are seeded based on overall conference records. The Buffs saw a 6-game win streak snapped this past Saturday at Midwestern State and want to finish strong if they have a hope of being among the top seeds in the conference tournament. After starting the season 8-4, UT Permian Basin has hit the skids, losing 9 of its last 12 and enters tonight's contest 11-13 overall, 5-10 in LSC play. Laying 7th in the LSC West Division, they are currently 14th overall in the LSC standings, 3 games back of qualifying for the postseason tourney. On a bright spot, they do enter tonight's game coming off a 2-point win at Eastern New Mexico this past Saturday. Lucas Kinsey, my broadcast partner. I'm Kent Johnson here at the First Night Bank Center for tonight's game between the West Texas A&M Buffaloes and the UT Permian Basin Falcons. The Buffs defeated the Falcons 87-67 earlier this year in Odessa. There you see Zach Toussaint. He tallied 11 points in that game in Odessa, and more recently, this past Saturday, knocked down 24 points, including 5 of 10 from three-point range against Midwestern State. Lucas, Zach has had some awfully low scoring outings, but his most recent outing shows he's still got the touch. Yeah, he does have the touch, Kent, and we love watching him compete. Every time he steps on the floor, I mean, both what you're going to get offensively with his shooting and his scoring, but also the defense. You know, another player that was over there with Zach was Damian Thornton, and he's been really good for the Buffaloes. He's gotten better and better as the season has gone on. And, you know, WT, they slip up. You know, Kent, they looked like they were going to get all 4 of those games on the road, and they just fell a little short against Midwestern State. But they have been perfect, just like the Lady Buffs have been perfect. 8-0 at home this season, now 9-0 for Josh Prock's team. Tom Brown, his team, 8-0 at home this year at the First United Bank Center. And standing 12-2 in conference play as we head into the first weekend of February. Angelo State atop the LSC standings at 14-1 in conference play. West Texas in second at 12-2. Lubbock Christian and St. Ed's tied for third at 10-4. So 3 of the top 4 teams come out of the Western Division, but St. Edwards would be the second seed as they are currently the top seed over in the Eastern Division. Now tonight, Angelo State is visiting Lubbock Christian, and Angelo State will be the Buffs' opponent come this Saturday. Well, let's meet the starting lineup for tonight's game between the Falcons and the Buffaloes. UT Permian Basin, 11-13 overall, 5-10 in Lone Star Conference play in their second year under head coach Kyle Tolan. They'll start at one guard, Jalen King, 6'6 junior from Columbus, Georgia, a transfer from Northwestern State. King averages 13.2 points, 4.7 rebounds. Also a guard, DeJuan Jones, a 6-foot graduate student from Killeen, Texas, 12.5 points, 3.1 rebounds a game. He knocked down 11 to go with 6 rebounds last month against the Buffs. He's a transfer from Arkansas Monticello. Third guard, Keon Craddock, a 6'1 junior from Garland, Texas, also a transfer from Arkansas Monticello. Craddock averages 10.3 points, 1.7 rebounds. The fourth guard, Alvarez Powell, 6'4 senior from Senatobia, Mississippi. He averages 2.5 points, 2.5 rebounds. He is a transfer from Arkansas Monticello. And rounding out the starting 5, Max Warren, a 6'6 senior from Manchester, Georgia, 6.5 points, 2.7 rebounds. For the Buffs, 14-6 overall, 12-2 in Lone Star Conference play in their 9th season under head coach Tom Brown. They'll start the 5-guard lineup. The point guard, Julius Brown, the team's leading scorer, 5'10 senior from Westerville, Ohio. Juju averages 16.8 points, 2.9 rebounds. The second guard, Damian Thornton, a 6'5 senior from Edmond, Oklahoma. Thornton averages 14.9 points, 4.3 rebounds. Cameron Bell is the third guard, 5'10 sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. Bell averages 1.8 points, 1.2 rebounds. The fourth guard, Addison Wallace, a 6'3 sophomore from Cleburne, Texas. Wallace averages 6.7 points, 4.1 rebounds. And rounding out the starting five, 6'4 sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas, Larry Wise, 14.6 points, 3.4 rebounds. And Lucas Kinsey, it's been a while since these Buffaloes have been at home, undefeated at home. They want to keep it that way. They're looking for consistency.
They are looking for consistency. They're looking for consistency more so on the defensive end this year. In the games that the Buffs have struggled a bit, it's been some letdowns defensively. Tom Brown, Chris Gove, they feel like the team is getting better. The last time that we saw them here at home against Eastern and Western New Mexico, they did look much better and felt like they were starting to trust each other a lot more. So that's what you look for tonight. You don't want to let UT Permian Basin get off to a hot start early, or they'll feel confident even though they're a team that does not have a winning record. It doesn't matter. We've seen it in these conference games. There's so many talented players. You look at UT Permian Basin, DeJuan Jones, he's coming off of a 27.7 assist outing in their 2-point win over Eastern New Mexico last Saturday. So Falcons have some players that can score. You look at Larry Wise, last starter being introduced for WT. He can score the ball, along with guys like Zach Toussaint and Julius Brown and also Damian Thornton. And you were talking about Zach, that's who we kind of highlighted when the cameras got on here at the First United Bank Center. Zach is moving up the charts on the three-point career leaderboard. 269 made three-pointers. He already passed Martin Latibidaire behind just David Chavlovic and Jordan Evans is Zach Toussaint. Toussaint also moved up to 9th on the all-time scoring list, so that was a great mark as well for Zach. And just have a feeling in a game like tonight, they've been on the road for a while, we could get the Zach attack in full effect tonight.
Our officiating crew tonight, Wesley Ford, Hunter Gomez, and DeMond Thomas. Wesley Ford about to enter the center circle. It'll be Damian Thornton jumping against Jalen King. The Buffs in their home white with the maroon slash across the shoulder, the West Texas numerals on the chest. UTPB in the black with the orange piping, UTPB in script across the front, as well as an orange numeral. There's an outside shot missed by Larry Wise. Addison Wallace gets the rebound. He's going to be undercut on that effort. Max Warren called for his first personal foul.
It was interesting. Kyle Tolan thought the foul should have gone the other way. It looked like Addison was crowd surfing there, Kent. But he was being held.
Buffs going from our left to our right here in the first half of play. Just underway at the First United Bank Center in Canyon, Texas. Wise locks, loads, and knocks it down from outside.
Well, that's an interesting start for UT Permian Basin defensively. Larry Wise, 2 open threes.
And we know he can stroke them from out there.
Yeah.
Here's Craddock on the wing. He'll dribble up top. Looks left. Instead goes down low to Warren. Warren backs in on Wallace. Kicks it back outside to Jones. Here's King with 3 on the shot clock. Has trouble getting the shot up. Does. Misfires, and the Buffs with the rebound. Wise to Brown.
Yeah, they got Cameron Brown. He was not set, and he gets an illegal screen. It's going to give the ball back to the Falcons. That first defensive possession, though, for the Buffs, that was solid. I mean, they were moving their feet. Falcons are very quick off the dribble, but the Buffs did not allow any penetration, forced a tough shot.
Teams that have been successful against WT have shot over 50% from the floor, and several have done that this year.
So late whistle and a foul is going to be called. Tom Brown saying that's a flop. And instead, it's going to be a shooting foul.
Foul goes against Addison Wallace, his first. The Buffs second as a team. That's going to send DeJuan Jones to the line, a 91%er on the year. Makes the first.
That's a really good percentage.
He's 102 from 111. So not only to shoot a high percentage, he's getting there frequently.
Sinks them both.
Buffs with the early 1-point lead. Minute and a half into this contest. Here's Wallace up top. He'll take a three. A little strong. 3 Falcons there to get the rebound.
You're going to see a lot of sets here from the Falcons. Try to get downhill off the dribble penetration.
Jones tried to drive. He was cut off by Wallace and Bell. There's a lob underneath. Getting behind the defense, Max Warren.
Some muscle there from the senior out of Manchester, Georgia.
Wallace open for 3, knocks it down.
And you see how much room they were giving Addison. Kent, he's improved this year on his three-point shooting. For Addison, that is his 8th three that he's made on the season.
Attempted 30. King on the wing. Down low to Warren. Double teamed by Bell and Wallace. Kicks it back outside. 10 on the shot clock. Lob inside to King. Underneath to Warren. Nice ball movement by the Falcons.
Yep, good possession for UTPB. Get cutters open, and you get a shot fake at the end and a nice flip pass underneath for a high percentage shot. Addison's open again for a 3. Okay, Addison Wallace. That may change the scouting report. You have to creep out there and put a hand in his face. Nothing but 3s tonight so far for the Buffs. And a steal. Juju takes that one away. And the Buffs push ahead.
Cross-court pass to Wallace. Pump fake. Takes it in. Body contact. No foul.
Ball kind of slips a little bit as he's going up. And that's one we've seen Addison before try to dunk on a defender.
Buffs leading 9-6. Riding on 3 threes to start the game. There's a missed 3 from Craddock, but an offensive board for the Falcons. Warren gets the ball on the block, kicks it back outside. This is Craddock. Drives in, puts it off the glass and in.
Yep.
He split Thornton and Wallace.
Well, they have quickness on the perimeter with these guards, and then so far very impressed with their unselfish passing in the early going, getting good looks. Here's a good look. And
another 3. That was Damian Thornton. So 3 Buffs have knocked down 3-pointers, totaling 12.
That may have been the strategy tonight, Kent. Hey, we don't need 2s. We're just going to shoot all these 3s.
They had 9 against the Falcons down in Odessa. And we've got a call away from the ball, a charge. And Max Warren
that whistle for the personal foul on the Falcons. Max Warren
is guilty of his
second team foul.
First. Actually, that's his second personal, second team. We've got our first timeout. 15:45 to play in the first. Buffs lead it 12-8. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffs 4 3-pointers, 2 of them from Addison Wallace, Kent, to start this game, and the Buffs lead by 4 off the hot shooting.
He's got that smooth shot. 6 points from the Cleburne native. Buffs lead by 4 and in possession. Ahmed Muhammad into the lineup for Buffaloes, as well as Zach Toussaint and Brock Mashak. Juju to Wallace. A lot of motion from the Buffs offense. Brown says, I'll drive, step back from 16, no good. Mashak with the offensive board. He'll put up a three. He'll knock down the three.
Well, that felt like it should have fallen back into the hands of Mashak after he was the one that got the offensive rebound. Good unselfish play.
5 threes to start the game for the Buffs.
This may have been the game plan drawn up by David Chavlovic, Kent.
Here's how I would do it. Every field goal, a three-pointer. Here's Jones in the corner, drives baseline on Wallace, kicks it underneath to King. His turnaround is in.
Okay, so we see the two different styles, threes against twos.
UTPB definitely taking it in the paint. Three from Wallace. Nicks the front of the iron. Buffs from outside, 5 of 7. Little shake and bake by Craddock. Kicks it on top to Damari Wiltz. Sophomore from New Orleans, right wing to King, who hits the mid-range jumper.
That's going to be a tough matchup for Brock tonight because against the Falcons right there with Jalen King, he's got the size who can go inside, but he faces up and raises up, hits the jump shot.
Long three missed by Brown. Rebound on the weak side comes to DeJuan Jones.
Have we taken a shot in the paint, KJ?
Yes. Addison Wallace drove in,
that's right.
and
that's right.
It was contested.
Okay.
Wiltz almost takes steps, but gets away with it. King with the turnaround. No good. Coming in for the board is Nathaniel Powell.
And the foul's going against WT.
And Powell held on the rebound.
Well, Kent, if you wondered if Buff Nation remembered how to get after the officials a little bit, right? It's been a couple weeks since we've heard the sounds here at the FUB. They did remember.
Foul went against Addison. That's his second. To the Buffs' leading scorer tonight on the bench. A lob broken up by Tucson. Controlled by Wise. Ryland Holt in the ball game to Mashak. Brown with a strong drive and a block by Nathaniel Powell. Buffs basketball, but
yeah, Julius comes up hobbling a little bit. This is one of the first teams I've seen Kent defend Julius really well off. You know, he's so quick off the dribble, raises up and tries to shoot the jump shot. He's done that twice tonight in the first half, and there's somebody there in his face.
Thornton spins off the glass, can't get it to go.
It's a beautiful move. Just could not get the ball to roll in.
Buffs up 3, 7 minutes into the contest, 15-12. Craddock on the wing to Moody. Daniel Moody's three hits the glass. Thornton for the Buffs. No one on him, thought about it. Goes to Mashak, who tries to buck his way inside, and he's going to be fouled by Keegan Craddock. For Craddock, his first. Falcons' third as a team.
3 team fouls on UTPB.
Journey Phillips replacing Mashak in the Buffs lineup. Thornton inbound. Gets it into Tucson. Outside to Wise. Better get closer than that. Puts up an air ball. Holt tries to save it, controlled by the Falcons.
Yeah, right now, Kent, last several possessions, defense really tight by UT Permian Basin. They forced a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes for the Buffaloes. Both are the last 5 from the field.
Wiltz, sophomore from New Orleans. Baseline now. Powell double teamed by Phillips and Wise. In the corner to Moody. 3 on the shot clock. Jones, mid-range, drops in.
They used every bit of that shot clock, and another good jump shot put in for the Falcons, Jones.
And he has 6. 15-14. Just under 12 to play in the first. Here's Thornton outside to Phillips. Spins, puts it up. Gets it to fall, count it, and go to the line.
You know, for Journey Phillips, that's not the prettiest move, but it went in the hole, and that's all that matters. As he spins, takes some contact. Look at this last play by Journey Phillips. The sweet yellow sneakers and a finish, one off the rim, and it hits the bottom of the net. Great job there. The Buffs lead by 3 with 11:43 to play. We'll take a timeout. Come back with more hoops. A tight one here from the First United Bank Center.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Journey Phillips at the line, 8 of 9 on the season.
He just made the Buffs' first 2-point field goal of the game, Kent.
Misfires on the free throw. Azaria Say with the rebound for the Falcons.
5 threes, 1, 2.
Say came off the bench in Odessa, knocked down 18 against the Buffs. In the corner to Moody. Lob underneath to Powell. Back in the corner. Moody. 3. Got it.
Well, the Buffs defensively, they have to double every time it goes inside, and the Falcons, give them credit, they are passing well out of the double teams, finding open cutters, that time an open shooter on the perimeter.
Phillips up top. Dribbles over on the right wing. In the paint. Kind of puts out his elbow, and Damon Thomas saw it and said that's a foul. For Journey, that will be his first, team's third.
And whistle for the personal foul on the Buffs, Journey Phillips, his first.
I like the idea, though, Kent. I mean, the way that they're defending Journey, driving strong, just got to not get that arm up, and now the Buffs will try some full court pressure defensively.
Falcons get it inbounds.
2 quick players here, Juju and DeJuan Jones.
Jones gets it across the midcourt stripe. Drives on Phillips, pulls it out. Cross court to Say. Up top to Jones. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Moody. Drives in to Phillips.
Good gather.
Powell, who gets the layup.
This is just really clean offense so far for the Falcons.
Wise for 3. It's been a couple minutes since we hit one.
That's right. Falcons get their 2s, Buffs get their 3s. Back and forth we go.
Buffs by 1. A 3 missed by Say.
Yeah, that's just a tough play where Phillips has the rebound and just incidental contact there. Can't hang on to the ball as he crashes into one of the Falcon players, and it's going to go back to UTPB. 57% from the field are the Falcons, Kent.
Talk about efficiency.
Buffs are 44%.
Falcons have made 1 more field goal. The Buffs have made 5 more 3-pointers. Powell in the paint, spins. Gets rid of it to Jalen King. Underneath, reverse, won't go. Offensive board controlled by the Falcons, and then it's stolen away by Brown. Julius in the corner to Toussaint, outside to Mashak. Toussaint, we've got a foul inside. This is going to go against the Falcons.
Falcons foul. Nathaniel Powell's first.
Away from the ball, away from the action.
Nathaniel Powell picks up his first, 5th team foul against the Falcons. Brown to inbound for the Buffaloes to the right of the WT bucket. Here's Wise on the wing. To Mashak, quick release from three, no good. King with the defensive board.
That's not a bad shot at all. Good look for Brock. What you would like to see, Kent, is more offensive rebounds by WT. They only have 3 so far.
Basketball.
Falcons with 8 defensive boards. 20-19, Buffs by 1. Approaching the 9-minute mark of the first half. Ahmed Mohammed knocks down the 3.
Mohammed.
Yeah, he has proven that he can make big shots, you know, whether he's hitting threes or driving the bucket. Just a great score off the bench for WT Mohammed.
Buffs 7 of 13 from 3-point range. Up 4, 23-19. Here's King on the near wing. Lobs it down on the baseline to Say. Did a good job of throwing it where there were no Buffalo defenders. Kicks it back outside. 3 missed by Jones. But the Falcons get the offensive board. Jones drives in under the basket. Kicks it out to King. Dribbles once. Misses the shot. Wise with the defensive board for the Buffs. Quickly ahead to Mohammed. Wide open. 3, another one.
Well, Tom Brown, as soon as the Buffaloes got the rebound, his arm was waving, saying, "Run, Buffaloes, run." They did, and the result was really good. We look at the replay from this last possession. You tell Mohammed, sprint and spot up.
And here's how you do it. Ball's coming down court. You're open. No one's on you. Knock it in. Kyle Tolan calls a timeout to discuss perimeter defense. We're going to take a timeout. 26-19. Buffs up with 8:12 to play in the first. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Media Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
There's a look at head coach Tom Brown, who has got to be pleased with his team's offensive start here in this first half. Buffs are on fire.
It's one of those things, as long as they're falling, threes are a thing of beauty. But you know, at some point, there's going to be a cold snap, and it's not going to happen. Hopefully that's, well, not Saturday. Let's push it off a while.
Yeah.
Buffs 9 of 19 from the floor. 8 of 14 from 3-point range. Here's Powell, kicks it outside to King. Good ball movement. Jones, back to King. Jones with 5 on the shot clock. Gets a screen from Powell. Mashak out there. It doesn't matter. Jones nails the 3. 9 points for DeJuan Jones.
It was a big answer for UTPB, not let the Buffs go on too big of a run.
Yeah, the Buffs keep knocking down threes. Here's Wallace for 3.
This is insane, the way that they're shooting.
UTPB comes right back and scores 2s to stay in the ball game. What a shooting performance by the Buffaloes. Here's Jones outside. We're going to have a whistle and an offensive call.
You know, Kent, there's not a lot of teams in the country who have this stat, when they do the notes for the media. Last time your team made 20 or more three-pointers, okay? But we already have to start looking at this. And I remember it came against my dad's alma mater, the Oklahoma Panhandle State Aggies, in 2022, November 21st, 20 three-pointers made for the Buffs.
And we're sitting at 10 with 7 minutes to play in the first half. And the crazy thing is, it's not just one person. They are spreading the wealth. Here's Brown. He says, I'll take a layup. Drives in, and we've got a foul. I believe Craddock going to pick up his second. Team foul number 6 against the Falcons. Julius Brown goes to the line. He'll shoot twice.
Over the years we've been covering the Buffs, so many players that we've interviewed and talked to say, yeah, it's just so much fun to come play in this style. Obviously tonight is a night where WT is shooting the lights out, but this is what they love, is you have this freedom. We're gonna try to play solid defense, we're gonna get stops, and then we are gonna push, attack, and if the three is open, you let it fly. And so you work hard to practice the perimeter shot and get that trust from the coaching staff. This is the result on a hot shooting night.
And Julius knocks down his first point of the night. Everyone's hitting threes, and Juju hadn't scored yet.
I go back to the old days, Kent. I can remember in junior high getting pulled out of a game for shooting the threes, right?
But Brown
inside the paint
has 5 assists.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't pass up a good shot. And these threes the Buffs are making, they are wide open. Buffs have bumped their lead up to 9 at 31-22. Here's a three from Moody.
Well, Falcons can do it too.
That's his second. He has 6. That's his season average. Wise in the paint. Over in the corner to Brown. Juju wants to kick it back out. Up top to Wise. Brown, left wing. His three is short. King comes up with the defensive rebound. Buffs by 6 as we approach the 6-minute mark. Three-pointer, right side by Say. And he got it. Tom Brown's going to take a timeout.
If you like offense tonight, this is your game.
31-28 Buffs, 5:51 to play. 30-second timeout. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
For a onside kick, landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. 31-28 score. Buffs lead by 3, 5:44 to play. First half.
Wise drives in, pulls it back out to the line, gives it to Brown. Brown wants a three, can't get it to fall. Everyone gets a three but Julius tonight. Here's Wise, step back three. There you go. Third three for Larry. He has 9.
You think Buffs were glad to get back home after that 2-week
Buffs have 11
trip?
Field goals. Actually 12.
Ooh.
10 of them are three-pointers.
That's a field goal about the easiest way you can get it, which is a dunk coming right in your living room. Look at this one, KJ.
Jalen King on your doorstep.
Yeah, Brock Mishak, probably the right decision there. You end up on a poster for UTPB next year going into the 2023 season.
You'll hear about that one during the video watch tomorrow. Brown, little finger roll, goes up and over Daniel Murphy. Moody for the lay-in. 2 points for Julius. Buffs lead at 6. Oh, nice spin. Wiltz whips it in the corner where Moody misses. Toussaint to Wise in the paint, off the glass, can't get it to fall. Wise wants a foul, no whistle.
Tom Brown wants a foul also. 2 free throws attempted for UT Permian Basin, 3 for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, there's just not been a lot of whistles, and 2 of the fouls we've seen, actually 3 have been offensive. Here's Say with the lob inside to Jalen King.
Well, UT Permian Basin, their strategy of getting the ball inside, they're doing it a lot of different ways, and it's working well. Then on the other side, Juju does get that 3.
It is 3. He's got 7. Last we saw Julius Brown against Eastern New Mexico, he nailed 30, and then they went to UT Tyler where he got 30 again. Here's Wiltz on the wing. Up top to Jones. Shot clock at 5. Jones in the corner to Wiltz. No good. Thornton with the defensive board.
Falcons have gone cold, especially from the perimeter.
Thornton outside to Mashak. He misfires from 3. Jones with the defensive board as we approach the 3-minute mark of the first half.
Yeah, Jones does a good job of setting the table on that last possession. He split a double team, got into the paint. He's a good passer. You see why the Falcons really like this guard.
Jones with a high screen from King, whips it over to Say, who banks it in from 3. Four-point Buff lead at 39-35. Brown for 3. Short. Mashak with the rebound. Thornton drives in, forces it up, draws the foul.
Okay. Let's see if you're going to get him 2 shots here.
Daniel Moody picks up his first personal. We've got a timeout on the floor. When we come back, Damian Thornton will be at the line. 39-35 our score. WT on top. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Media Network.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
There's some of the students checking out the game tonight here at West Texas A&M. In fact, that's JT Cavender, one of the Buffs linebackers, who we definitely missed this last season as he had an injury. And he's enjoying the shooting display here tonight, really on both sides. Kent, 56% shooting for UTPB, 46% for the Buffs. WT has made 11. Yes, that's not a mistake there. I said 11 threes made by the Buffs, 5 threes made by UT Permian Basin right now. A rare free throw opportunity for Damian Thornton.
Buffs shooting 46% from the floor, 52% from outside the arc. Thornton knocks down his first. They are still shooting well from the line as Thornton makes them both. Buffs 4 of 5 from that 15-foot mark.
So really both coaches at halftime, you don't even have to talk about offense. Offense is great. It's all about defense.
Yeah. Buffs, you got to shore up inside. If you're UTPB, extend the defense, but don't get beat on the back door. Ball loose on the floor. Wilkes picks it up. With 2 on the shot clock, Julius Brown knocks the ball out of bounds.
The fans are upset because on that last play, like Wilkes, like there was a fire, he was stop, drop, and roll, and the travel was not called. Just 2 seconds to shoot it here.
2 on the shot clock. We're inside of 2 minutes to play in the half. Wiltz will get it in.
Oh, that's tough.
Gets it to Say. Turnaround 3, rims out. And here comes Thornton. We've seen him take it to the rack in those instances before, but he pulls up this time. Muhammad. We've got a whistle inside. Going to have a hold called against Azariah Say. His first, team's 9th. That'll send Thornton to the line.
Fabian Thornton to the line, 2 AOMS free throws.
Thornton missed the front end of the 1-and-1. And the Falcons walk the ball up court. Coming up at the half, Lucas Kinsey will visit with Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock. Lady Buffs defeated UT Permian Basin this evening 72-65. Stay undefeated at home. Here's Say from the wing, no good.
That was a good defensive
and they're going to call it a shot clock violation. Good, strong defense by the Buffs.
I think if you're the Falcons, Kent, every trip down the floor, before you shoot the 3, the ball has to go inside. I mean, that's when they've had their most success, is when they work inside out.
Yep. Brown drives in with 1 minute to play in the half. Gets it in the corner to Thornton. Outside, Cameron Bell for 3. Can't get it to go, but Muhammad saves it deep to Thornton. Good hustle by the freshman.
And, you know, Ken, it's interesting. Muhammad is the leading offensive rebounder on the team this year.
Thornton drives off the glass. It won't roll. Defensive rebound pulled down by Powell as we approach 30 seconds in the half. Buffs up by 6. Jones walks the ball up court. Gives it to King. On the wing. King drives in, runs over Journey Phillips, and we've got a blocking foul. For Phillips, that will be his second.
Journey Phillips with his second personal
Just the 5th team foul against the Buffaloes. Falcons to inbound to the right of their bucket. DeJuan Jones to get things started. 21 seconds on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock.
Look at this battle with Julius, how tight he's having to guard DeJuan Jones.
Jones with his back to Juju. Tries to create some space. We're at 7, and we've got a whistle.
The shot clock was down to 6 seconds.
And they get Phillips away from the ball.
Well, the good thing for the Buffs is they're still not shooting.
Foul, so that's really nothing to get worked up at, except for Journey Phillips. That's his 3rd.
Falcons get some more size into the game with Daniel Moody, 6'7", junior from Tucson, Arizona.
He has 2 threes to this point.
Yeah.
If you're thinking lob. Alvarez Powell to inbound, directly in front of the Buffaloes bench. Cameron Bell fronting him. Now Bell backs off. Powell gets the basketball, 7.5 on the clock. Here's Jones. Right wing to Say, underneath to Powell, ball on the floor, and that's the half.
He tried to shoot it from his back.
The teams take it to the locker room with West Texas A&M having a 6-point lead, 41-35. Coming down the stretch, not positive for both teams. The Buffs scoreless over the last 2:20. The Falcons scoreless over the last 2:49. But what matters, 41-35 West Texas A&M as they head into the locker room. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Lucas will visit with Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock, and they'll be discussing cookies and which type is the favorite.
Oh, yes.
You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Well, we're at halftime of the WT men's contest. The score 41-35. The Buffs lead it by 6 points over UT Permian Basin. Joining me at halftime right now, Lady Buffs head coach Josh Prock, and Coach delivers a win tonight, and he also delivers what is the biggest chocolate chip cookie I've seen, but it's actually not just a cookie. Coach, you're going to have to tell me what this is here.
It's a chocolate chip cookie. It tastes just like crumble. Got to give a huge shout out to my son's girlfriend, Braylee Feemeister.
Okay.
And her mom. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all for the cookies. And I got to give a shout out to our dance team. They had some walk-up music for me, Beat It by Michael Jackson, one of my favorite ever.
Okay.
It's a great night, Lucas.
It is a great night, Coach. And your team comes out tonight. You've been gone for seemed like a month, but it was only 2 weeks on the road. And you get that win last Saturday over Midwestern State after dropping 3 in a row. Tonight you're back at home where you have not lost all season, and you come out and get a gritty 7-point victory, over UT Permian Basin. So great job there, Coach. You had to fight through some adversity. We talked about it before the start of the game. You were without one of your starters, Zam Roberts, who had left the team. And, we didn't talk about it throughout the game, but it was a story. And really, I felt like the team responded well tonight. You had a lot of different girls step up. Lauren Taylor, who I talked to after the game, 18 points. Just kind of let you talk about how proud you are of your team of kind of battling through, like I said, a little bit of adversity, player leaving, three-game losing streak. It didn't matter tonight, though. You got the win.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We obviously, hated to hear the news of Zam Roberts. I mean, she's a great kid. We all miss her. We all love her. But it's part of life,
Yeah.
I mean, these things happen. And so I was extremely proud. And I told our coaches, girls, we just got to find that way to get that, even the 1 point win tonight. It doesn't matter because, you lose somebody like that, they need that confidence of the win. And, the thing about it that I told our girls, almost there at the end of the first quarter, like, you guys can end this game right now. Like, meaning not necessarily that it's over, Lucas,
right,
but you get up 20 points in the first quarter, the other team really starts doubting themselves. So I thought, though, when we had that adversity, when they came back and hit us, we hit back. We kept hitting back. And like you mentioned, Lauren Taylor, I don't know if we could ask her to play any better than she did tonight.
Yeah, she had 18 points. She had 4 players score in double figures. You told me before the game, you said, Carly Machenbacher really felt like she was stepping up, not just with her play on the court, but maybe some leadership qualities as well from Carly. Talk about that.
Yeah, 100%. And I saw it towards the end of the game. Carly stepped up in a huge leadership role. She was keeping the kids' heads in it. She was focused. She was, I was really happy for her because, in a lot of ways, you find out what kind of leader or who you're going to be when in absence of somebody like Zam leaving. And these girls showed it, and I'm extremely proud of these because, look, every game in conference, regardless of what the record is of anybody, you've got to bring it.
Sure.
Anybody can beat anybody, and I know we might talk about it, but we saw that tonight in the LSC.
Yeah, that'll be your next opponent will be Angelo State, who defeated Lubbock Christian and snapped a 113-game home win streak at the Rip Griffin Center. You just felt like was that going to continue to go on for years and years? Well, as tough as the league is this year, not a complete shocker there. I want to go back to this game tonight just for a second, Josh.
Yeah.
And, Asia Himer felt like she was very aggressive, really off the dribble, did some good things. And then talk about your two freshman guards. Kyla Kane steps into the starting lineup tonight, does some good things. Holly Stalder, who had 21 points last Saturday in a win, she was good as well. And I know they're not freshmen anymore, but, man, those two players are stepping up for you.
Yeah, you think about it, Lucas, if we can get consistency out of those kids, or they get consistent game in and game out, and they do what we all know that they're capable of doing.
Yeah.
Like I thought if we could get what we got out of them tonight, minus a turnover here or there, which those are going to happen, but if we can get that minus that, we got a chance. We got a chance to. Because I don't think it takes away the fact that, look, again, this is maybe a biased coach's opinion. Carly is as good as any guard in the league. Lauren proved tonight she can score with any wing in the conference.
Right.
And Nylum has been able to, hold her own against any post. And so that's going to be tested on Saturday with the team we got coming in.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Angelo State, the rematch. You played them on the road about 3 weeks ago in San Angelo, and it was tight. Did not come away with the victory, and they're playing with a lot of confidence right now, especially after their win tonight.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I say this league is so weird because last week, honestly, watching the film, Western New Mexico should have beat Lubbock at Lubbock. Should have beat them. You watch that game, Western had their chance to win that game.
Okay.
That they turn around and go win at Lubbock today. And so that's what I'm saying, like UT Tyler beats – or St. Mary's beats UT Tyler tonight. You never know. And our girls, this is a huge game. They're one game ahead of us in the division standings. So our girls understand that, and I know they'll be ready for Saturday.
It was a great win tonight for your team. Coach, the men have 11 threes right now at halftime. Your team has been making threes this season. Have you ever seen a half with 11 threes?
No, but it doesn't surprise me with Tom's team. His team is always a great shooting team, always a great shooting team.
Well, a sweet win for Coach and sweets for everybody after the game. We appreciate the cookies. So great job. Lady Buffs win at 72-65. We'll take a timeout, come back with our halftime stats as the WT men lead 41-35. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Beef in the heart of Texas. The prairie
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Buffs lead it at the half, 41-35. Let's take this opportunity to look at our first half statistics, and there you have them. From the floor, UT Permian Basin, 52%, 14 of 27. The Buffs just, well, I say just, 43%. They're knocked down 13 of 30, but look at that three-point shooting. UTPB probably feeling pretty happy, 5 of 12 for 41%. But West Texas A&M knocks down 11 of 22 from outside the arc, 50%. Buffs have been to the line 6 times, converted 4. The Falcons, 2 of 2. Rebounding definitely to the Falcons, out-rebounding the Buffs 18-13. Not many turnovers in this game, 6 against UT Permian Basin, just 2 against the Buffaloes. What's interesting, the Buffs have 6 offensive rebounds, 11 second chance points. The Falcons with 5 offensive rebounds, just 2 second chance points. Let's take a quick look at the individual statistics for the Falcons. Max Warren has 4 points. Jalen King, 3 points, 4 rebounds. DeJuan Jones with 3 points, 3 rebounds. Keon Craddock, 1 rebound. Alvarez Powell with 4 rebounds. Damari Wiltz, 1 rebound. Nathaniel Powell, 2 points, 3 boards. Daniel Moody, 6 points. Azaria Say, 6 points, 1 rebound. For the Buffaloes, Julius Brown, 7 points, 5 assists. Damian Brown, 5 points, 3 boards. Cameron Bell, 1 rebound. Addison Wallace, 9 points, 1 rebound. Larry Wise, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Ahmed Muhammad, 6 points, 1 rebound. Brock Mashak, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Zach Toussaint, 1 rebound. Journey Phillips, 2 points, 3 boards. Regarding the threes for the Buffs, Julius Brown's 1 of 5. Damian Thornton, 1 of 1. Addison Wallace and Larry Wise, both 3 of 5. Ahmed Muhammad, 2 of 2. Brock Mashak, 1 of 3. And Lucas Kinsey, the numbers don't lie. The style of play, UT Permian Basin has outscored the Buffs in the paint 14-4, but yet the Buffs have knocked down 11 three-pointers.
What's the paint, Kent?
Yeah.
It's that thing inside the white part where you get the ball inside. Yeah, it's and it'll be interesting to see defensively if the strategy changes at all. It's just so hard because if you're the Falcons, you say, hey, we need to get up and guard the Buffs. Okay, well, Julius Brown's going to blow by you, and he will get into the paint. So it's hard.
And my question is, you mentioned strategy. Is UT Permian Basin laying back, preventing that strong dribble drive?
And just saying eventually maybe they'll go cold?
And Tom Brown's Buffaloes are saying, we're open, we're going to shoot it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, let's knock down the three.
So the cookies aren't the only good thing out here tonight. You see the ice cream down there, the Lady Buff volleyball players enjoying it. And
National Championship Lady Buff volleyball players.
You're exactly right.
And don't you think Buff Nation cheers everywhere those young ladies go?
Yep.
It's going to be the Falcons basketball to start the second half. Buffs leading by 6 at 41-35, and we're underway to start the second half of play.
All right.
DeJuan Jones hands it off to Craddock. Craddock back to Jones, who brings it back up top. Jones gets it inside. Now they kick it baseline. Right side, mid-range jumper, Jalen King. He has 10. And that will lead all scorers. Here's Brown to Thornton. Damian drives in and gets called for the charge.
That time they were just set, all the way. Good defensive play for the Falcons is number 22, Max Warren. He's just sitting in the paint waiting. Good defense, watching. Comes over and help. Knows it's going to hurt a little bit. Takes it.
Outside the arc. Thornton knew what he did. Didn't complain. Here's Jones on the wing. Guarded by Brown. Dribbles back up top. Cross court to Craddock. Back to Jones. Definitely the ball handler on the squad. Jones tries to turn the corner. Missed dribbles. 5 on the shot clock.
Oh.
And we've got a travel. Craddock didn't get his feet under him. Turnover against the Falcons, just their 7th. We have not had a lot of turnovers in this game.
Been very clean, good, efficient offense for both sides.
Thornton dumps it baseline to Wallace. Addison thought about it. Now he does. A little strong.
Well, tonight, those just need to be a few feet back out. Addison, you've been making the threes.
Behind the arc.
It's crazy with all the threes made, Kent, in the first half. Zach Toussaint did not make one.
Yeah.
He didn't even shoot one.
The one guy that you think knocks him down. Here's a miss by the Falcons. Brown with the rebound. Wise pump fake. Kicks outside to Thornton. Thornton will put up a 3. Can't get it to fall. King with the rebound. Just inside of 18 to play. Ball knocked out of bounds.
Did they punt that ball, Kent? That went up into the stands. Goodness.
The start of the football signing period was yesterday.
Yeah.
And it'll be the Falcons basketball. Inbound just below our broadcast position. Here's a 3, right wing. Craddock knocks it down, and it's a 1-point ball game.
You talk about football, it's interesting, Kent. Both these teams here playing tonight on the hardwood have new football coaches going into next year.
Baseline drive. Wise, no, but he's going to be fouled. They're going to ring up Jalen King with his first.
Jalen King, his
You like Larry's chances when he gets to the line. He's an 88% free throw shooter, and you see the tight defense being played because you know he can knock down the three. No help defense on the backside.
And Wise hits the first. Onto the floor for the first time this evening, Jesse Oweezy. 6'5" sophomore from Roanoke, Texas. As Wise knocks them both down.
2 points, Larry Wise.
Here's Warren up top, lobs it inside, but Thornton goes up and picks it off. Good steal by the Buffs. Here's Juju, drives in, kicks it in the corner to an open Thornton. Misfires. The Buffs will miss their first 3 3-pointers of the half.
They should have asked if they could stay on the same side in the second half. That's where all the threes were splashing in.
Just take it out after a make.
Yeah.
Here's Jones. Brown picked on a screen to Warren. Spins on Oweezy and gets it to fall. Falcons back within 1 at 43-40.
Good drive by Warren. His game is 15 feet and in. That's exactly what he did there.
Falcons' last lead came at the 10:30 mark of the first.
They're going to call a double foul. Kent inside with the 2 big men.
Let's see what we do here.
It's a foul on Jesse. And a foul on Warren.
For Oweezy, that's his first, team second. For Warren, that's his third, team second. And it will remain the Buffs basketball. Brown to inbound to the left of their bucket with 18 on the shot clock. We're at 16:24 in the second. Brown looking, kicks it in deep to Wise. Larry back to Julius, baseline. Wise wanted the 3, instead goes to Thornton. Thornton with the step back. Can't get it to go at the buzzer. Oweezy with the rebound, and we're going to have a UT Permian Basin foul called. Nathaniel Powell.
Buffs are going to keep the ball. Don't particularly like that offensive possession, though, because one guy is dribbling, trying to make something happen, and 4 players are essentially standing. Need a little bit more ball movement.
Here's Brown. Puts up the 3. Can't get it to fall.
Yeah.
Like we say, at some point, you're going to go cold.
Buffs 0 for 3 from the 3-point line in the second half. Nice offensive rebound, and a putback is good. Give that one to number 10, Alvarez Powell.
Alvarez Powell with his first bucket of the game.
Falcons lead, Kent.
First time since the 10:31 mark of the first. Buffs had held a 6-point halftime lead. Here's Thornton at the line from 17. Got it!
Oh, that was
big bucket for the Buffs.
Difficult shot. And a shooter's touch for Damian. Buffs needed that one.
Thornton knocks the ball away. They're going to call contact.
Yeah, they said
that was awfully close.
It was. It's like a defensive back breaking on the ball, and he ends up crashing into the Falcon player, and that's why they called the foul against Damian.
That's going to be Damian's second. The team's third. We got a full timeout on the floor. 15:01 to play in the second. Buffs lead by 1, 45-44. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. celebrating 90 years of success. This is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
There's a Lady Buff players checking out the men's game. WT won on the women's side tonight by 7 points over UT Permian Basin. Close games really all over the place tonight in the conference. On the men's side, St. Mary's leads 31-28 at halftime over UT Tyler. The other game we're keeping an eye on is Lubbock Christian and Angelo State. Second half, 7 minutes to play, 54-51 Rams lead.
Wiltz gets in the paint, has nowhere to go, and gets called with the travel.
The way these two teams have played, this could come down to the last few possessions.
Every possession counts. There's been a minimal number of turnovers, and you want to take advantage of every offensive possession. Thornton goes up, stripped, gets the ball, comes down, and is going to be tied up. Buffs basketball. Thornton tied up underneath. Azaria Say defensively.
And it's just been hard for the Buffs to get scores at the rim.
Here's Ryland Holt. Haven't called his name too often this evening. To Muhammad. Mashak on the wing. Drive. Shot clock at 3. Thornton with the flush.
And there's one at the rim. In fact, above the rim for Damian Thornton.
And give credit to Mashak, seeing his teammate on the baseline, hitting him with the pass. Buffs up to 47-44, and we've got a whistle outside. What's our call?
Here's this last play. Mashak to Thornton. Slam.
And they're going to get Ryland Holt with the hold. It's going to be Ryland's first, team's fourth. Falcons basketball to the right of the bucket. Lob comes in to Powell. Powell, cross court to King. Driving on Toussaint, wanting to spin on Toussaint. Goes over Toussaint for the score.
Yeah, needed that double team to come, and it never did. Oh, Zach took his first shot. That was almost in, but rattles out. They've covered him tight tonight with reason.
Yeah. Buffs by 1. 13.5 to play, and there's another Falcon turnover.
And they didn't have many of those in the first half, but
at 6.
Yeah, when they're not turning it over, I mean, UT Permian Basin, they've made 4 of their last 5 from the field.
They've also had 2 turnovers in their last 3 possessions. There's Wallace on the wing, up top to Thornton. Now Muhammad. Wallace, 10 on the shot clock to Wise. Wallace outside, spins at the line, kicks it out to Thornton. 1 on the shot clock, goes in and out, but there's Wise with the offensive board. Wise backs down on King, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, the follow no good, and he is going to be fouled.
And Tom Brown was pleading for that foul to be called, and he got it. Some strength inside shown by Larry, just battling after this rebound. Give me that ball.
Nathaniel Powell picks up his 4th. Team foul number 4.
You know, Kent Larry, his personality, he's very humble, very quiet. But on the court, I mean, he is a competitor. He gets after it.
He's fluid and he's quick.
Points, Larry Wise.
And he's as good as 90% from the free throw line. Buffs lead bumped up to 3, 49-46. Jones tries to work over Muhammad. Freshman having nothing to do with it.
Oh.
And it's stolen away. Wallace picked Jones' pocket, drives in, and they're going to call a foul on the floor.
Okay, I was worried they were going to get Addison with the arm coming up, but foul happened.
It's like Addison almost created the contact, but they're going to get DeJuan Jones.
See, I think he got away with an arm.
Yeah, right there.
At the very end, but the official saying that the defensive contact happened first. Good job on the replay, guys.
Azaria C with his second personal. Wallace at the line, shooting. I believe this is a 1-and-1 called on the floor. Knocks down the first.
Addison in double figures, Kent with 10 points, and he's done a good job tonight.
The recent road trip had 16 points, 8 rebounds over at UT Tyler.
2 points, Addison Wallace.
Averaging 6.5 on the season. He's got 11 tonight. 12-12 to play. Buffs by 5. Kicked out to C, and we've got a charge.
Yeah, DeJuan Jones, he got into the paint. It did not put the brakes on.
And another turnover.
DeJuan Jones gets his first personal for that player control foul. 16 fouls on UTPB.
Self-inflicted wounds here, Kent, in the last 4-minute stretch by UTPB.
The Falcons had 6 turnovers at the half, and in the first 6 minutes of the second half, they've committed 6 more. Wise, a little hesitation, and he can't get the ball to go in. He tried to mess up the Falcons' timing defensively.
I like what Larry's doing, though, Kent, that we've gone cold from the threes, and so he senses that, and he's trying to attack.
Take it in. Buffs up 51-46. In the paint, shot forced up by Craddock. Wouldn't go, and the Buffs with the rebound. Wallace had the open lay-in. He tried to hit Thornton, and the pass was intercepted.
Yeah, in the fast break, if nobody stops the ball goes to the rim, and that could have been a dunk for Addison. He was a little too unselfish that time.
A dribble with a purpose.
That's right.
In the corner, Moody, 3. That's his third.
Big answer by the Falcons.
Yeah, 2-point Buff lead. Wise thought about it. He's open now. Misfires, gets his own rebound, kicks it outside to Muhammad. Muhammad starts to drive in the corner to Wallace for 3.
Wow.
Wise with the offensive board to Muhammad. They're going to call a whistle and a foul on the floor.
Larry Wise has 7 rebounds now for the Buffaloes. He has gone inside the paint here in this second half.
Alvarez Powell picks up his first personal. 7th team foul. Buffs will be at the line shooting 1-and-1 when we come back. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson. We are glad to be back as the Buffs back at home. Some home cooking in terms of the wins this season. WT women won earlier tonight. They're 9-0 at home this year. And the men trying to also move to 9-0. And they are getting a very tough game here from the visitors, the UT Permian Basin Falcons, 51-49 with 10:26 still to play in the ballgame.
Larry Wise goes to the line, shooting 1-1. He is 4 of 4 this evening. Knocks down the first. 14 points for Wise.
You know, Kent, the Falcons have done a good job defensively against Julius Brown. They've really kind of had their eyes on him. They're also trying to shut down Zach Toussaint as well.
They've shut down, well, we call them the guards.
Yeah.
Everyone's a guard. They've taken care of the two outside guys for the Buffs, but the guys on the baseline have done the damage.
Yeah.
Even though it's been outside. And Damian Thornton tried to run through a screen. Gets called for his third.
Damian Thornton picking up his third personal foul.
Yeah, Larry Wise with 7 rebounds, and I would speculate as I look here, the majority of them are offensive. 4 offensive, 3 defensive.
Oh.
The Falcon miss, and then the Buffs turn it over. Buffs had the rebound, didn't hold on.
Shot clock did not reset all the way. Update on the scores.
And the question that Tom Brown had there is, did we actually have, we being the Buffs, complete possession when we turned it over? And yeah, give us some scores.
All right, Angelo State on the road, Kent, at the Rip Griffin Center, still leading 64-60, 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in that game.
Moody on the wing, up top to Craddock. Cross court to Jones, 7 on the shot clock. Jones right wing to Moody, 3, rims out. He has 3 of them, he almost had 4, but the Buffs come up with the rebound. Leading by 4. Make it 7 as Wise knocks down his 4th 3 of the game.
Larry just playing lights out tonight, doing a little bit of everything in the second half for WT.
(56-49), inside of 9 to play in the second. Jones with 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it in the corner. Save for 3, no good. Wallace comes up with the rebound. Gives it to Julius. In the corner, open, Wise, yes!
The Falcons are going to need a timeout here. That last offensive possession, the ball never got inside the paint. They took a contested 3. Meanwhile, the Buffs get the rebound, they run, and they shoot a wide open 3.
Buffs have knocked down 2 in a row. Here you see it. Brown to Wise, 4 Falcons in the paint looking for the rebound that never comes. 8:25 to play. Buffs lead it 59-49. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. walk-ons. We live for this.
West Texas A&M bench huddled up and talking things over, leading by 10 points. A nice run for the Buffs, an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes. And Kent, I was talking about Julius Brown, how UT Permian Basin was defending him. Only 7 points, 2 of 9 from the field, but just like great players do, you always impact the game, even if you're not scoring. Julius, 6 assists, 2 steals, and he had that nice feed on the last play there to Larry Wise for a 3.
And what was a 1-point lead is now back to 10 with 8:20 to play, and UT Permian Basin with the basketball. Powell guarded close by Wallace. And Wallace picks his pocket. I said he was guarded closely. Wallace just took the ball away.
He is so strong, Kent, defensively. I mean, sometimes it just looks like he's taking it away from a small child.
Here's Thornton in the corner. Outside to Wallace. Thornton almost slipped down, regained his foot. Shot clock at 5. Wallace in the corner at 2. Gets it off. Hits the rim, but no good. Falcons with 13 turnovers now. The Buffs just 5. And of those 13, 7 have come in the first 13 minutes of the second half. Jones to say. On the block is King. Turnaround, no good. We're going to have a Falcon foul coming in over the back. Azaria Say, his 3rd personal, 8th Falcon team foul.
Azaria Say, his 2nd personal.
And there you see it. And we've got a full timeout. Buffs lead it by 10 with 7:09 to play. You're watching WT Basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to Canyon, Texas, on the home campus of West Texas A&M. Our score 59-49. 7:09 to play, still in this second half, and it'll be Damian Thornton. It's going to be at the free throw line for the Buffs, and Kent. WT, the last several possessions, getting the job done on the defensive side, which is what we said in the pregame. Tom Brown wanted to see more consistency.
And we talk about this as Thornton knocks down the first. But when you look at the stat sheet, the Falcons are still hitting 50% from the floor. So sometimes stats don't tell the complete story. What the Buffs are doing today, as Thornton hits them both, is knocking down their free throws. Thornton makes them both, and the Buffs are 13 of 15 from the line, make it 14 of 16. 12-point lead. Driving in, Craddock. Crowd wanted to walk. He gets his 7th point. Wallace at the other end, off the glass, but he's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line shooting twice. Strong drive by Addison.
Keon Craddock picking up his 3rd.
I have to ask Addison, Kent, sometime if he played football. in high school because he's so explosive. He's strong, athletic. Tonight he has shot the ball well. He's a player that since he has stepped on campus, he's gotten better and better. And you see that drive, hang.
And Addison will go to the line.
If he did play, what position would you say Addison would be, Kent? Out on the gridiron.
I've not seen him throw, but watching the way he moves, he almost could have been a quarterback.
Okay. They let quarterbacks wear those gold shoes? What?
I do know Cleburne Yellow Jackets, generally strong in football.
Okay.
Playing down there at the Rock. Second shot by Addison. He's got it.
Well, we're glad to have him on the hardwood here for West Texas A&M.
12 points for the Cleburne native. Buffs lead up to 11, 62-51. Inside of 7 to play. Here's Warren. Kicks it outside to Jones. Warren spins. Feeds Powell, who gets too far under the basket. And Lucas, in the early minutes of the ball game, Max Warren scored 4 points right out of the chute and has disappeared offensively since.
Yeah, Buffs have adjusted and done some different things. I'll be interested. Probably going to talk to David Chavovich, Kent, you will, after the game. And I'm interested to see what things were said at halftime about the defense specifically.
Driving in, no one stepped in, but Jones missed, gets his own rebound. Warren on the baseline. And they're going to call a flop on Addison Wallace. They're going to give Warren the basket and call the flopping foul on Wallace. And I guarantee you, if we've got it there was body contact, but what constitutes a flop?
Okay.
Don't have it, but Warren gave Wallace a pretty good shoulder. Jones makes the free throw, and now it'll be the Buffaloes basketball.
We got some of the Buff Nation faithful up off their seats.
Buffs by 8, 62-54, 5.5 to play. Wallace on the wing, puts up a three. A little too strong. There with the rebound for the Falcons, Jalen King. Here's Jones, baseline right side to Warren. Here's on Wallace again, starts to lean in on Addison, slips, goes out of bounds. Good defensive positioning by Addison Wallace to force the turnover. And some razzes from the crowd.
It is a final from Lubbock, Texas at the Rip Griffin Center. LCU men win by 1 point. Huge victory there for Coach Duncan and his team at home as Angelo State had that short lead kind of throughout the game. Is that better or with Angelo coming to town Saturday?
That will tie the Buffs and Angelo in the loss column for first place overall in the conference.
Okay.
Angelo has 2 games in hand. And the Buffs lost track of the shot clock there.
That rarely happens, Kent. I mean, there's always, it seems like a shot attempt for the Buffs offensively. So you got to take care of business first here against the Falcons, right?
Rams go to 14-2. With a win, the Buffs will be 13-2. And they meet on Saturday.
Oh, no.
Oh, Wise called for the foul. He doesn't think he made contact.
I know everybody's waving
Everyone
their arms.
wants the flop. But Wesley Ford says he was tripped.
We've got, I think, a good look on this one. We'll slow it down.
Here we go.
Jacobs got the replay.
Yeah, but he landed on the foot.
You just don't give enough room. That's the reason why that's called. It's not that Larry is crashing into the shooter. It's just where Larry's feet are.
Got to let him come down.
Exactly. And the reason why they do that, Ken, is because this has happened to me before several times. I mean, you turn your ankle.
Yeah.
What goes up must come down, and
Tom Brown's pleading the call, but he didn't see the view that we did. Craddock's made one, missed one, and he has a third.
The only time where an offensive player could maybe get called for something in that same situation would be if you kick your feet into the defender.
And you see that call every so often. What we're seeing here is the Falcons have cut the Buffs' lead to 6. Brown tries to feed Wallace. They miss fire.
Yeah, they forced that one.
WT just 2 of their last 11 from the floor. And 3 turnovers in the last 2.5. High off the glass, shot no good, but there with the offensive board and the putback, Alvarez Powell, and it's suddenly a 4-point game with 3:50 to play.
And how is UT Permian Basin doing it? They're getting their muscle inside again.
Yes, sir. Thornton will go to the line.
Well, it also helped UTPB. They forced 3 turnovers over the last 2:54. Now we've got some players jawing at each other.
What we've got is a timeout on the floor. 3:38 to play. Timeout on the floor. Buffs lead it 62-58. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Well, we talked about this, Kent. You and I have had the privilege to call a lot of games with the Buffs and the Falcons, and it gets heated. 2 competitive teams, and before we went to the last time out, technical was assessed against UT Permian Basin. It went against number 10.
They had the personal foul.
Oh, okay, so that
on Alvarez Powell.
Okay.
That was his second. As he went to the bench, Max Warren was jawing at Wesley Ford, at Hunter Gomez, but I don't think a technical was called.
So a warning was called.
Damian Thornton will be at the line, shooting twice. These are big in a 4-point game. Makes the first. UTPB, that snapped a 7-0 run over the last 2:05.
Well, I will say this, Kent, for the officials, good job of coming together there. If nothing was flagrant, nothing was over the line, that's a good job of just saying, hey, we're going to give you guys a warning, calm down, let's finish out this game. It's been very competitive. Let's do it the right way. So you like to see that.
Damian makes them both. Buffs by 6, 3:30 to play. Jones outside, 3, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Thornton.
Oh, he earned that one.
That was strong. He got hit in the back of the head, but he'll keep playing. Here's Brown in the corner for the Buffs. Drives baseline. Kicks it outside to Bell. Wise on the wing as we near the 3-minute mark. Wise gets a Thornton screen, misses the three. There for the rebound, Alvarez Powell.
Good defensive possession for the Falcons. They cannot afford, though, from this point on, empty offensive trips.
Inside of 3 to play, Buffs by 6. Buffs have not hit a field goal in the last 5:30. Right now they want to play defense. Here's a 3, corner, no good by Craddock. Warren with the rebound and the putback.
Well, they found a way to get it inside. It was an offensive board.
Yeah. 2:24 to play. Buffs by 4 at 64-60. Buffs led at the half, 41-35, and the Buffs threw it away. Jones picks it up, goes in. Thornton knocks it out of bounds.
Return to sender.
He timed his jump perfectly, avoided body contact, and knocked the ball out of bounds on what looked to be a walk-in lay-in by DeJuan Jones.
Just great timing.
Here we go, right in your living room.
And the athleticism of Thornton to avoid crashing into the body and picking up a foul.
Yeah.
Outstanding play by Damian.
Here's the lob inbounds to King. Has the ball knocked away. Picks it up, kicks it outside. King baseline. Backs in on Wallace, turns around, puts it over Wallace. No good. There with the rebound,
wow.
The putback, and one for Max Warren.
Well, he's been a grown man, Kent, on the last 2 possessions for UT Permian Basin. Just the strength to rip away that rebound from Larry Wise, and he goes right back up, scores it. Here's a replay, because this is a tough shot. Addison plays great defense.
Misses. And a foul on the rebound with 1:54 to play. I made the comment to you during a timeout about 5 minutes ago that Max Warren scored 4 points in the early minutes of the game and then disappeared offensively. He has since come back and scored 4 points down the stretch to get the Falcons back in this ball game.
And give him credit, Kent, because they're not running set plays for him. They're not throwing the ball inside. He's just saying, okay, you guys shoot it. I'm going to go crash the boards and get a putback. Big free throws here for Addison. Yes.
Wallace wills that one in.
Thought I was going to just sit and land on the top of the rim there.
13 points for Addison. Make it 14.
2 points, Addison Wallace.
His career high is 17. He's done it twice, most recently this season against Oklahoma Baptist. Inside of 2 to play, 1:45 and counting. Buffs by 4 at 66-62.
They got to switch. Juju's guarding big man inside.
Jones from 10, no. There with the rebound and the putback, Jalen King. And UTPB calls a timeout.
And all of a sudden, Kent, the rebounds are just hurting the Buffaloes. That's 3 straight trips where they're forcing a tough shot initially. They're not able to secure a defensive rebound, though.
King just pulled down his 10th rebound.
Yep, there's the floater, the miss. And the good thing that the Falcons are doing, they're getting these rebounds, and they're immediately going back up.
They're not kicking out. They're going up. Get the basket. You never know. You might draw the foul as well. 1:34 to play. Buffs lead it 66-64. Up next for the Buffs and the Lady Buffs. Couple of big ones. Angelo State rolls into town this Saturday. Lady Buffs and the Rambells at 1 o'clock. The Buffs and the 21st ranked Rams at 3 o'clock. Lucas told you a little earlier this evening that Angelo State took a victory at the Rip Griffin Center tonight. Final score in that game. Angelo State actually lost to Lubbock Christian, 67-66.
Yeah, the women for Angelo State won, but the men came back and won by 1 point. This is a huge trip here. See what the Buffs do offensively. They're going to start with a ball screen, a double ball screen. They fake it, and now Julius will back things up.
On the wing. Left side to Wallace. Gives it to Wise. In the corner to Wallace. Shot clock at 10. Wallace spins, baseline, off the glass, won't go. King with the rebound.
Tom Brown felt like there was some contact as Addison was driving to the bucket. Pretty strong defense by UTPB.
58 seconds to play, Buffs by 2. Craddock outside to Jones for 3, no good. Thornton with the defensive rebound.
There's that rebound the Buffs needed. Now can you get a field goal, which WT has not had in 7.5 minutes.
And we've got a timeout called by Tom Brown. It'll be a full. We're going to take it with them. 32 seconds to play. Buffs by 2. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie lies
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Well, the score is 66-64. Buffalo's lead by 2 points as the crowd gets up on their feet. And they've got 15 seconds on the shot clock, so WT drawing up what they want. Probably going to try to get a drive, whether it's from Julius Brown or a player like Damian Thornton or Wallace. And Kent, I'm still looking at Zach Toussaint. If you leave him open, he's only taken 1 shot tonight, but you know he can hit them at any time.
Yeah, and he's out there on the floor at the top of the key with Damian Thornton behind him. Thornton now drops down. Everybody goes low here.
If you're the Falcons, you cannot foul here.
Brown up top, 7 on the shot clock. Thornton, 4 on the shot clock, puts it up from 18, got it!
Wow. You know, that is similar to an NBA-style play there, Ken.
A clear out.
It is. It's a clear
isolation.
Out. It's like a play, they run for Kevin Durant where you just say, this is going to be a tough contested shot, but it doesn't matter because our guy offensively is so skilled that he can hit that.
Wow. 17.7 to play. Buffs lead it 68-64.
Lots of time here. If you're the Falcons, you are attacking the basket in a hurry, because you either get a shot inside or you draw a foul potentially. You don't have to have the 3, even though you trail by 4 points, and then you want to set up your full court defense quickly. It's crazy.
Home crowd still waiting. They haven't put the points up on the scoreboard yet.
It's crazy that the Buffs had gone 7 minutes without a field goal before that very difficult rainbow jump shot from Damian Thornton. Damian transfers over this season from Southwestern Oklahoma State, and Tom Brown, when they brought him here, probably saw that, hey, at some point he's going to make some big shots for us.
68-64 our score. Buffs by 4, 18.5 to play. Token pressure in the backcourt. Keon Craddock to Jones in the corner.
A lot of time being run off.
DeJuan Jones drives in. A little floater, no.
They call a foul, though. could hardly hear the whistle, but they did whistle a foul against the Buffaloes.
Yeah, Damian Thornton his fourth.
That's his fourth personal.
And the 8th against the Buffs, so that will send DeJuan Jones to the line 1-1.
Just a nudge, I guess, before he put the shot up.
They're going to say it's a shooting foul,
Yeah,
so he'll shoot twice.
Okay.
He is 3 of 3 this evening.
They ran a lot of time off, though, Kent.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 17 seconds, so they ran off 10 seconds there.
Makes the first.
And so now you don't leave yourself much time at all to try to grab a steal, and then immediately you have to foul.
Yep.
The Buffs have been pretty good at the free throw line tonight, though. 19, they've been very good. 19 of 22.
Yeah. Only one miss here in the second half from the line for the Buffaloes. Jones makes them both.
Okay, timeout taken by the Falcons. And it's a full.
It'll be a full. Let's take it with them. 7 seconds to play. Buffs by 2. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Well, KJ, we have really missed basketball, and tonight we're getting a treat.
Yes, sirree.
Women's game was pretty close, and this one has been outstanding. 68-66, Buffs lead by 2. They've got the ball. They're going to inbound full court, and the Falcons are going to try to see if they can get a steal. If not, they'll have to foul quickly.
Buffs have to get the ball inbounds. 7.1, Wise to pull the trigger. He can run baseline, calls the timeout.
Timeout, WT.
That was like 1,004 and a half.
And Larry was having difficulty finding an open player because there wasn't an open teammate on the floor. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Go old school, and you can't. That's where you need Roger Staubach and Drew Pearson, right? Go deep.
You get situations like this, I just think back, you'll be very young in this one, but Celtics Lakers in the NBA Finals back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was constantly like this. Teams executing, making plays.
Yeah, we've seen these two teams not only here, but there's been some great games at the Falcon Dome in Odessa where it comes down to the last possession. So Larry Wise is still going to throw this thing in.
Let's do it again. You can run the baseline, Larry. 7.1 to play. Buffs by 2. Wise gets it into Wallace, who kicks it back to Wise, who does nothing more than just stand there and wait to be fouled. Has 3 seconds. Tick off the clock, and Wise will go to the line. He'll shoot twice.
Okay, Falcons are out of timeouts. Buffs are also out of timeouts. So UT Permian Basin, they are hoping that Larry will miss one of these free throws.
Wise, a perfect 6 of 6 from the line. 8 rebounds, 5 of 4 from the field. All 5 are three-pointers. And he makes the first.
As that ball hit the front rim, bounced up, saw some of the Buff fans holding their heart, and then it went in. If it is a miss, the Falcons have got to push, and Jones is really quick. He can do it. It's just that they will need a three-pointer.
Damian Thornton's going to drop back defensively.
Oh, smooth.
Larry makes them both. Falcons get it inbounds. A long three, no good. Rebound, Buffaloes, ball game over. West Texas A&M wins it 77-66, runs their season record to 15-6, 13-2 in Lone Star Conference play. UTPB falls to 11-14, 5-11. The Buffs pull within one game in the win column. They are even with Angelo State in the loss column for first place in the Lone Star Conference. And those two teams meet here Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our post-game show. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. The Buffs win a thriller, 70-66, setting up a showdown with Angelo State Saturday. Joining us now, sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas, Larry Wise. Larry, with a game-high 23 points, had 5 field goals tonight. All 5 were three-pointers, a perfect 8 of 8 from the line, 2 key ones down the stretch. He also had 8 rebounds. And Larry, the start by the Buffs, they have 13 three-pointers tonight, 11 of them in the first half. Was it just a matter of taking advantage of what the Falcons were giving you, or what was the focus?
Oh yeah, just trying to look for those open shots early on, try to stay aggressive, and that's pretty much, I think they showed a zone early on, so I just want to be aggressive and make them respect me.
You've got a tight game. Free throws are ultra important. The Buffs as a team, 21 of 24 tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You got to knock down free throws down those stretch. I think those key free throws actually helped us out when we get stagnant like that down the stretch. So making those free throws are very important.
Talk about the play of the point guard, Julius Brown. Didn't score a lot tonight, but he was dishing the assist.
Oh, yeah, that's what he's there for. You know, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a scorer. He can pass it. He can defend at a very high level. And that's what happens when you got a great teammate like that.
Now, every game's big, but you get to this time of year, they get bigger. Angelo State comes to town. They've given the Buffs one of just 2 conference losses. They lost down at Lubbock Christian tonight.
Wow. Hey, man, we're just going to focus on Saturday. We still got to prepare. They're still a really good team. And so, yeah, like you said, these games are important this time of year, so we'll try to take advantage of that going forward.
Well, we'll let you get to the locker room. Congratulations on a great game. Looking forward to more fun Saturday.
All right, thank you.
That's Larry Wise. We're going to wait for David Chavlovic to step in here, and we always like to start about positive things. How about 21 of 24 from the free throw line? As I mentioned to Larry and we discussed, you get this time of year, free throws are big in tight games.
Absolutely, and we work on them a lot in practice, so we expect them to come out and make them, but to get 21 to 24, I don't even know the percentage on that, but I know it's really, really good, so good job by our guys.
87% is the number there. We always talk about opponents' field goal percentage, but sometimes it's irrelevant. The Falcons were shooting over 50% until about the 4-minute mark of the second half. They end up at 46, but really the Buffs defense in the second half tightened up inside. What was the difference first half to second half defensively for WT?
Our energy sucked in the first half, just to be brutally honest with you, Kent. It was hard to even watch those kids go out there and compete like that. Not to take anything away from UTPB, they're a good team, but our energy was just awful in the first half, and we kind of picked it up there in the second half, and that's why we played a lot better.
Now, the first half, the Buffs knocked down 11 threes. In the second half, they only get 2. You tend to think, when you're hot, but at some point you're going to go cold. When the Buffs did, they started taking it inside.
Absolutely, and those 11 threes were the only reason we had a lead at halftime. So, but yeah, we kind of realized, when we started missing shots, we got to get to the rim, got to get to the free throw line, and they did a good job of doing that.
Now Saturday, Angelo State comes into town. They lost a tight one tonight at Lubbock Christian. Buffs and the Rams even in the loss column.
It's going to be an absolute war. That's all I can tell you, Ken.
It's going to be a lot of fun. David, thanks for stopping in. We'll see you Saturday. Buffs win it 70-66. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap it up. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center as the Buffs win it tonight 70-66. Kent, great job down there with the interviews, both with Larry Wise and then David Chavlovic. They were playing that great 80s music tonight. Coach Prock mentioned it at halftime, finishing up here on the post-game show, Never Gonna Give You Up. Buffs never going to give up a home loss this year so far, as both teams 9-0 at home on the season. Glad to have WT back at home. And Kent, they had to battle for this one. Offensively, outstanding in the first half. Everything's going in. Second half, it didn't work that way as much, so they had to grind a little bit more. They had to make their free throws down the stretch.
And they did. And that's the hallmark of a winning team. The Buffs have established the program to where they're at that point. You know,
got to be a closer.
This season hasn't gone like the last 3 or 4 have, where the Buffs have been the front runners and everyone's chasing them.
Yeah.
But you turn around and you look at the Lone Star Conference standings, and there they are tied for first place. And it's like, well, this hasn't been as bad a season as you may think it is. It's been one heck of a season, as the Buffs currently stand at 15-6 overall. They are 13-2 in conference play. And a showdown, as we discussed with David Chavlik, with Angelo State on Saturday. The Buffs played awful in San Angelo, and you know they will be doing everything they can to remedy that Saturday afternoon.
Just give me one more chance, right? Redemption time.
And Angelo State, of course, now under the direction of former Buff assistant Vinay Patel. He's done an outstanding job there in San Angelo with the Rams, taking over a team that was below 500 last year.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Kent, also got to mention before we get out of here that a big day Saturday, Bob Schneider in the house, and they're going to honor the legendary coach who is in the Hall of Fame.
That'll take place between the women's and the men's games. So come for both games. Enjoy seeing a Hall of Famer at halftime. Let's take a quick look at our final stats, and here's what they're going to look like. And UT Permian Basin from the field, 26 of 56, that's 46%. They were 7 of 21 from three-point range, 33%. Only went to the line 9 times, and I'm sure that's something that Kyle Tolan is probably mashing his teeth about. 7 of 9 from the line. The Buffs, 21 of 24 from the line, so that's 87% from WT, 18 of 51 from the field, 35%, but 13 of those 18 were three-pointers. They ended up 13 of 33 from the field. Individually for the Falcons, Max Warren, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Jalen King with a team-high 14 points and a game-high 11 rebounds. DeJuan Jones, 12.7 boards. Keon Craddock, 9 points, 2 rebounds. Alvarez Powell, 2 points, 7 boards. Damari Wiltz, 1 rebound. Nathaniel Powell, 2 points, 3 boards. Daniel Moody with 9 points. Azaria Say with 6 points, 1 rebound. For the Buffs, Julius Brown, 7 points, 1 board, but how about 6 assists and 2 steals? Damian Thornton with 15 points, 7 rebounds. Cameron Bell had 1 rebound. Addison Wallace, 14 points, 5 rebounds. He was 5 of 6 from the line. Larry Wise, a game-high 23 points, a team-high 8 rebounds. He was a perfect 8 of 8 from the line and 5 3-pointers. Ahmed Muhammad, 6 points, 1 board. Brock Mashak, 3 points, 2 boards. Zach Toussaint, scoreless with 1 rebound. And Lucas, as you like to point out, look out Angelo State when Zach is held scoreless.
Yeah.
Ryland Holt played 4 minutes but did not register stats. Journey Phillips had 2 points, and Jesse Oweezy had 1 rebound. The Buffs outscored in the paint 32-6. But
that's
again,
incredible.
13 3-pointers for the Buffs overcame that. Buffs 15 second chance points to 14 for the Falcons. Not a lot of fast breaks. 5 points for the Buffs. That was it. Falcons had none. Buffs' largest lead, 12. Falcons' largest lead was 2. And what matters most, the Buffs win it, 70-66. So, Lucas, we saw the Lady Buffs take a 72-65 win over the Falcons, and then the Buffaloes finish it off 70-66.
Yeah, it was a great night to be a Buffalo, and got one more birthday shout out to Athletic Director Michael McBroom. You got to win for the Athletic Director on his birthday. So
every day's a birthday.
Yeah,
there you go. Special shout out. Outstanding job by our Thunder Vision crew. Director tonight, Jacob Griffin. Camera operators, Cheyenne Jonas, Gaston Yobal, Gavin Rutherford Baca. Tyrone Leggett. For my broadcast partner, Lucas Kinsey, it is always fun.
Let's do this again on Saturday, KJ.
We will do it. Until then, I'm Kent Johnson saying be safe, everybody. We'll talk to you Saturday. You've been watching